Hello, welcome to Wednesday's functional fitness class B today. I know some of you prefer class B to class A, but we alternate. For those of you that are new, it's a functional fitness class, which means that we do exercises that are useful, that are designed to help you in day-to-day living. I don't actually specify, well, I sometimes specify why we're doing the exercises, you know, what it can be used for in everyday life, but not always. You're going to need a chair without arms. If you have them, well, most people have tins, a couple of tins, or weights, light weights, and an exercise band if you have one. If you don't have one, it'd be good if you could get one, but you can still do the, I'll show you how to do, there's only one exercise we need the band for on this, on functional fitness B, and I'll show you how to modify if you don't have the band. The class is in 3 bits. There's a warm-up, main body of the exercise, and then stretching at the end. So if you're new to this, it'd be really good if you could subscribe, like and subscribe, hit that subscribe button, as they say. I can't think of anything else to say at the moment, so we're just going to get started with the warm-up, and that's just a very, very gentle, so you can see your feet hardly come off the ground, just a very gentle marching on the spot. Do a slightly exaggerated swing of your arms, just to mobilize your shoulders. I'm just going to do this for a few more seconds, and then we'll start mobilizing the arms. So we'll go 3, 2, 1. And then put your hand on your shoulder so that your arm is like a wing sticking out at 180 degrees from your body. Imagine you've got a pencil sticking out of your elbow. And with this imaginary pencil against an imaginary wall, we're going to draw 5 big circles, moving our arm backwards. 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. Don't move your whole body, just move your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do the other one. So you've still got the pencil has magically transferred to your other elbow, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Right, I've got a little routine that we do for a warm-up, which consists of 4 separate exercises. So we're going to practice each of these exercises individually at warm-up. We're still on the warm-up individually, and then we're going to put them all together. And these exercises, or these warm-up exercises, are really good for warming you up, but they're good for strength and balance and coordination, and thus good for your brain as well. So the first one we're going to do, we always start off with just a heel dig, but at the same time you're going to anchor your elbows, and as you do a heel dig, you're going to do an opposite arm bicep curl. So your elbows always stay anchored to your body. It's only your forearms that move, and your legs, obviously. Right, so 3, 2, 1. Next one, I'm just going to move this chair a bit. Next one we do is out to the side. And then we're going to have prayer hands. I'm going to push. So we're pushing the air away at the same time as we're putting one leg out to the side. Now, remember, you have headlights on your knees, and they need to point forward when you do this. Don't let your knee drift in like that. 3, 2, 1. Next one, we're going to just take a step back, and at the same time, push your arms out in front of you. Make sure you are stepping back. Some people step forward. Just make your body do what you want it to do. And as your hands come out, as your arms come out, splay your fingers, and as you bring them back in, clench your fists. so that you've got, your hands are getting a bit of a workout as well. This is good for most of your joints, so we might as well make it good for your finger joints too. 3, 2, 1. And then the last one, I'm just going to do a toe tap, and at the same time, just swing the opposite arm. Quite nice and relaxed, this one. Just swinging the opposite arm. 3, 2, 1. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all 4 of them together, and we're going to start nice and slowly, but we'll get progressively faster. So we're going to do a heel dig, and the side, and back, and a toe tap, and a heel dig, and the side, and the back, and a toe tap, and a heel dig, and the side, back, toe tap. Forgot what I was doing there. Heel dig, side, back, and a toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. This is just for a bit of fun doing it this way. I mean, if you can't keep up as I get faster, just do what you can, because you're still moving and all movement is warming you up. Heel dig, but it is quite good if you can keep up, because it's good for your brain. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One last time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Whew, how was that? Are you nicely? Just give your shoulders a little shrug. Oh, your arms a bit of a wiggle. Right, first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to put my trusty cans of tomatoes over here. And I'm going to get the chair, and you're going to be able to sit down. And just sit sort of comfortably in the chair. Don't use the back, use your own muscles to support you. And we're just going to do, this is the main, sorry, we finished the warm-up. We're doing the main body of the exercise now. So you're just sitting in the chair, knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees, sitting nice and comfortably. Hands like this, and you're just going to twist to the side. You can leave your head looking forward, or you can take your head with you. It's entirely up to you. And we're just going to go 1, and then round 2. Try and keep your knees, your headlights, forward. You don't want to swing your lower torso, it's just your upper torso. 3, 4, whoops, 4, 3, sorry, 4. My counting is terrible. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's important to have flexibility in your spine, because it helps to prevent falling. It's just the more. I read somewhere that it said that flexibility is not a part of balance, but I would disagree with that. It's not necessarily part of balancing like this, but when you're walking along, you need a flexible neck to stop yourself falling, because if you're, I've said this many times before, if you're turning to look and see if there's a car, if you just turn your head, your body isn't unbalanced. So it is just flexibility does play a part. Right, next one we're doing, you can have the chair here, And we're going to just do a knee flexion like this. Now, this is using your core muscles, bringing your knee up so that your thigh is parallel to the floor. If you can't get it parallel to the floor, that's absolutely fine. Do it as far as you can. And those of you who are less fit, just stick with the knee thing. Those of you that are fitter, as you do the knee, raise your opposite arm. And I'll leave it up to you as to which one you do. Obviously, if you're raising the opposite arm, balance is going to be a bit more difficult because you can't hold on. But you're all intelligent adults. I will leave it up to you to decide which one you do. And as usual, we're going to do 12. We're going to do alternate legs and arms. So we're going to go 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5. If you're very hardcore, 6. You could do this holding onto a can of beans in each hand. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If that seems fairly easy, try it next week, doing it with your cans of beans. Or you could keep your hands here, and as you go up, but maybe try that next week, eh? Right. Get your tins of beans. You do need your beans this time. I may not be able to do this one with you, or I may have to do it one-armed, because when I was running on Friday, I fell and I've bruised my sides. Nearly better, but I don't know. I haven't tried a lateral raise. So lateral raise is just holding the cans by your side, and it just, oh no, it's all right. Just goes up to chest height. With or without the cans, it's entirely up to you. So 1, nice and slow and controlled. 2, 3. If the cans are too light and you've got heavier weights, you could use those. 4, but don't strain yourself. 5, 6. When you're coming down, place them down. 7, don't let gravity just plonk them down. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good one. Next one is the skaters, the one that's called skaters, which is the one where you go to the side and your body bends, your body twists a bit, so it twists the way your back leg goes. If you try to twist the other way, it'll dislocate something. So we're going to do 12 on each, 12 on each side. So we're going to go 1, if you can't go very far, if you can't put your leg very far back, 2, 3, then just do what you can. 4, 5, it's a bit of an overbalance, this one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm still unsure about using the skaters, but I think it's good because it does unbalance you. If you don't want to put your foot right back there, just bring it to there. Find out for yourself. But the one thing I don't want you to do is to fall over, obviously. Right. This one you're going to need the band for, and it's to strengthen these medial glutes here. Now, if you haven't got a band, I'm going to be sitting down and showing you what to do. If you haven't got a band, what I want you to do is to just lift one leg with your foot pointing forward and then the other one. And you may not be the same, you may be a bit out of sync with us. But those of you that have got a band, sit down. Somebody's written a comment. Also stretches hamstrings. It actually might tighten them. I don't know if it stretches them. Can you feel the stretch on them, Prue? Right, this one, just sitting. You can have your feet together and your knees together. And then put the band under your knee, put it over like that, and you're going to hold it tight so that the band doesn't slip through your hands. And then you're going to, actually, I want to show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to show you my feet just for a moment. So, you're like this, the band is over, you're holding the band there, and then, oh, you can see all of me, you're going to just open your feet and make them there, and then bring your knees to follow, so that you're sitting here and there's constant tension on the side of your legs. If you relaxed your legs, they would go together, your knees would clang together. And this is the starting point. And then you might want to shuffle a little bit forward in the chair. I find it easier. And then we're just going to open your knees as far as you can, and then very gently bring them back so that they're parallel. Don't let the band boing them together. And then open. That's 2. Make sure the tension's quite tight. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's quite tough, this. 7. I can feel that my right side is stronger than my left. 8, 9. Oh. 10. 2 more. 11. 12. Did you see that piece I put up from The Guardian on my Facebook page about strengthening exercises leading to longer life? Also leads to better quality of life as well. Good, Diane. Right. We are now going to do what's called the reverse fly. So you need one trusty can of beans, tomatoes, whatever. And we're going to put it on the chair. We're going to stand with your hands on the chair and your back flat and your legs straight. If this puts too much strain on your hamstrings, just bend your knees a bit. And then we're going to take a can in one hand, have it hanging down there, and we're just going to bring it up to shoulder height. I'm going to do this without the can because that's putting too much strain on the injuries I have. So what you're doing is you're doing it just to shoulder height like that and down again. Not letting it drop or swing. You have control of your arm. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. This is really good for your back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the other side, I can use the can for this one because the other side isn't injured. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no. 11, 12. Well done. Notice the finality with which I said 10, and then remember that we do 12. So, next one we're going to do, it's just an ankle raise. Now, if you have stairs nearby, or you have one of those steps that you step up onto, then it's a good way, it's good to use them, because what I do on the stairs is drop your ankle down and then go up on your toes, because you've got further, it's a bigger range of movement. But I understand that not many of you necessarily will have stairs, or will have stairs close at hand. So, and you need something to hold on to if you're doing it as well. So if you're on one of those steps, have a chair nearby, because you can overbalance. But I'm just going to do it on the floor, and we're going to do 12, just standing on tiptoe. That's all it is. So go up and then down, slowly down, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, nice and slowly down, 5, 6. I'm going to do the other ones on the stairs actually. 7, 8. It's definitely harder when you're on the stairs. 9, 10, 11, whoa, 12. I mean, that's such a simple exercise, just standing on tiptoe. In fact, if you were to walk on tiptoe around the house from time to time when you remember, it strengthens your ankles and your calves. And I'm trying to do that because I think one of the reasons I fell is that my left foot drags a bit sometimes. I just tripped on a stone and over I went. So it's an effective but simple exercise. So if you can walk on your tiptoes as well, it's good balancing as well. Right, next one we do is bowing. So we're starting off as we did with the reverse fly. So feet hip width apart, straight legs, or bent if it stretches your hamstrings too much, back straight. And then you're going to take your hands off. Put them on your waist if you want. You can put them back there if you feel overbalanced, but we're just going to stand up and then go down slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You may wonder, how is this functional? 8. Well, it's strengthening your back. 9, 10, 11, 12. And there, and stand up. It's really good for your back here. I can feel those muscles moving as I go up and down. Right, the next one is boxing, but it's the uppercut, that one. Ooh, I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do this one actually. I think it's a bit much for, it's down here that I fell on my ribs sideways. Nothing's broken, it's just a bad bruise, but I think doing that, I'll just do it gently, because even the movement is good. So feet hip width apart. We're going to do boxing, but we're going to do the uppercut rather than the straightforward boxing. It's the uppercut one, and we're going to do it for 30 seconds and then have a rest and then do it for another 30 seconds. Okay, so on your marks, set, go. Oh, I'll have to do that a bit more gently, I think. Even although I'm doing it gently, just the very movement is good. It's probably helping my shoulder as well, or my side, my ribs. Nearly there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. When you do it, bend forward slightly. I'm sort of bending forward slightly as well. So it puts your back under tension as well, and your legs. Right. Have a slight rest, and then we can go again. You ready? Adopt the position, and we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Getting those shoulders mobile. Clench your fist. Tighten your muscles in your forearm. Control your arms. Don't sort of swing them wildly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Right. Just looking at right. What we're going to do is we're going to do some neck exercises, because as I keep saying, how important it is to have a flexible neck. Now all we're going to do is just look as far as you can to the right and as far as you can to the left. Don't move your shoulders, just your head, and you do it very slowly and take your time, because it can make you dizzy. So follow my lead. Here we go. And then center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 'Falling seems to have jolted my shoulder, my neck into being better, because I've had a stiff neck there for quite a long time, but it seems to be much less stiff. Now, last one we do before we go into the high intensity interval training, which I know you all love and look forward to every week, is we're going to do some squats. And I bet you thought we got rid of the squats, but squats are so good for, we've done that exercise for your medial and minimal glutes. Squats are for your maximum glutes, gluteus maximus. And remember, squatting is sitting, but without the chair. So you go down and then you go up again. Your knees don't go over your toes. It's a sitting back motion. Now, when you do it, try to keep your torso upright. I noticed I was doing some personal training with somebody the other day, and they were going back, but they were doing, so when they were, instead of coming up from here, they were coming up from here. Their torso was coming up. So imagine you've got two eyes pointing forward. Your knees don't come together. So you're going, I'll show you what it looks like. You're going out, but then you're coming, push with your heels, and it's your hips and your knees, your hips principally. So your torso doesn't move. It does go forward because your bum's going back, but you're not actually moving it. Hope that makes sense. So you can either go a free squat, go down and up, or just do that, just so that you can start getting the technique right. Or if you're worried about falling backwards, you can hold on to the chair. Let's go down. Or this is great for technique. Go down and just touch your bottom on the chair and then stand up again. Okay, notice how my torso isn't moving. It's going like that, but that's because my bum's going out. Right, whichever way you decide to do it, the chair one is good because if you fall back, you'll just plonk onto the chair as well. Sorry, that was a long explanation. And those of you that are seasoned squatters will no doubt be tapping your fingers. Right, so 12 squats, whichever way you choose to do them. But what I would say is when you're on your own, if you've got a full-length mirror or you can video yourself, have a look at your technique and just check that your knees aren't going over your toes and that your torso you're not doing a bowing movement. We've done that exercise. Right, so 1, 2, maybe don't come up fully, just up to there, 3. And then you can get the movement 4 of your hips, 5, nice and slow, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, falling backwards because the weight's in my heels, 2 more, 11, 12. How was that? So now we're doing the high intensity. So we're doing 3 bouts of 20 seconds of high intensity exercising, which is going to be running on the spot. Very, very fast with your feet, very fast. They hardly come off the ground, just do, and your arms are going as well. Just let your arms go the way they want to go. They won't be able to keep up with your feet. I see people go like that as if they're knitting very quickly. Shoulders hunched, shoulders nice and relaxed. It's your feet that are going because you want that blood to be surging around your body and your heart to be beating. So if you've got any heart problems, any worries about your heart, you start getting chest pains, not if you get breathless, because you're supposed to be breathless. If you get excessively breathless, obviously stop. Chest pains stop. Any worries at all, stop. Do 1, do 2, do 3, whichever you like. I think that's all the health warnings I've got to give you. So we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, off you go. Tiny little steps. Don't hunch your shoulders. Nice and relaxed on your top. Just the feet going. 17, 18, 19, 20. Stop. Well done. How was that? I'm going to start putting up YouTube shorts because I've noticed on my phone that you can do shorts, which can't be more than a minute, I don't think. Just quick boop, boop, boop for today's low attention span people. So I'm going to start putting some of those up. So I don't know whether I'll get any more traffic from that or not. I don't know. But if you haven't and you can, like and subscribe, please. And we're going to go again in 3, 2, 1, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is high intensity for you. The high intensity has to be your high intensity. So my high intensity doesn't necessarily mean it's your high intensity. You're just doing as much as you can. Unfortunately, it never gets any less because as you get fitter, you're just able to do it a bit better and a bit more. So it always feels like a huge effort, but it's very good for you. It's particularly good for visceral fat. So it is. It's just, trust me, I'm a personal trainer. So we're going to go again in 3, 2, 1, and off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. That's the 3 done. Before you go zooming off to get a cup of tea, we're going to do some stretching now. But before we go into the stretching, as usual, if you've enjoyed the class and you want to buy me a coffee, there's a link in the comments section underneath. All you do is click on it and it comes up with, they don't do PayPal anymore, but that's neither here nor there. It just asks for your card details and things. If you want to know more about fitness or you want to contact me, my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page is a good one to use. And the link address is on the comment underneath, in the comment section underneath the video. So if you want to do that. So if you've had nearly a minute's respite, so we'll go into the stretches. So if you can get your chair, and somebody on Monday, sometimes when I'm doing classes, people slavishly copy what I do. This is just to explain about moving the chair around. You don't need to actually do what I do. I move the chair around, I move my body around so that you can see it from all angles. So you can see my knees aren't going over my toes, so that you can see my knees aren't coming together. When I was kneeling on Monday and doing the overhead one, last Wednesday, and doing the overhead one, it was just so you could see my hands touching together. That was all. You don't need to do it on your knees. So if I'm doing something for demonstration purposes, don't feel you have to slavishly follow it. Although if you want to, it's entirely up to you. So I've got the chair here because you can see me sideways and what I'm doing. You don't need to have to be sideways. I'm going to be moving the chair around as I do these exercises, but you just stay where you are. So we're going to start with the calf. So we front leg bent, back leg straight, both heels on the ground, both feet pointing in the same direction. And leaning forward gives you more of a stretch. And you should feel this at the top of your calf, almost behind the knee. And then gently bend your back knee. Your heel comes off the ground. Put a little weight on that leg and you should feel the stretch going down into the Achilles tendon. And then switch legs. Just check that both feet are pointing in the same direction. Sometimes there's a tendency for feet to have a mind of their own. And then bend your back knee. Heel comes off the floor. Just feel the stretch going down into the Achilles. Okay, right, we're going to do the quadriceps, the big muscles here. And you can, if you want, do the traditional static stretch with your knees together, holding onto your ankle or your trainer. But I quite like doing this. You put your hands behind your back, put your feet behind your back if you want, and you kick them. See if you can touch your hands with your heels. If you're doing the static stretches, I'll tell you when to swap legs. But if you're doing this one, just keep doing this one. If you can't actually get it to touch your hand, it doesn't matter. It's just doing this movement. Stretches this and actually strengthens your hamstrings. Oh, somebody's written something. Let's have a wee look. Getting better at this. Good, Diane. That's what we like, is improvement. If you're doing static stretches, switch legs now. Did you mean getting better at? I'm not sure which bit you said you felt you're getting better at, Diane. Let me know. This one, is it? Right, we go 3, 2, 1. Fab. Right, chair, sitting at the front of the chair, knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees, and sitting up nice and straight. Just check your posture by touching your hands above your head. It's impossible to slouch when your hands are here. Bring them down, and then put one leg out, heel on the ground, toe pulled back, and you're moving forward rather than collapsing down onto your leg. You're moving forward as if you had 2 eyes in your chest, and you're just moving forward from the hips, not from the waist. So it's not a sort of collapse down like that. It's moving forward. But put your hands on your knees, on your leg, on your shin, on your knee if you need to, if you can't go down very far, on your toe, on your foot. It's entirely up to you. And then sitting up, and the other leg goes out. You check your posture again if you want. Just make sure you've got nice straight back, and then you're going forward again. And then sitting up, and then sit sideways on the chair, at the front of the chair, like this. And then one leg goes out behind, torso nice and straight. Pull down to the back if you want, it's entirely up to you. Just try and get a good stretch here. It is difficult to stretch what are called the hip flexors because they're sort of deep in the hip. But if you can stretch here a bit, that stops the sort of old person walk where this area is not flexible and it pulls you forward. Because we want to avoid looking old, don't we? And then switch around, do the other one. I always poke myself here to see how my hips are doing. And then standing up, arms at shoulder height, palms facing forwards. And we're going to go round the tree. Not like that, but like that, but at shoulder height, and then dip your head so that you've got good stretch across the top of your shoulders. And then if you can, interlink your fingers behind your back. If you can't, put your hands on the base of your spine and try and get your elbows together. If you're interlinking your fingers, just lift your arms up like that. It gives you a good stretch across your chest. I'm still not sure which exercise or stretch you're talking about, Diane. And then we're sitting down again. And we're just going to look at the floor. Put your hand on your crown. Don't push. Just let the weight of your hand push your head down slightly. So relax your shoulders totally. And then look up. And then turn your head to the left. Put your hand on your side of your chin and Try and bring your head back to the center, but resist with your hand. So you do that, oh, and then relax it, and you should be able to turn your head a little bit more to the left. Hold it there for a couple of seconds. Bring it back to the center. Turn your head to the right. Take your left hand, put it on the left-hand side of your face. Try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with your hand so that you're creating tension in your neck. And then relax, and you should find your head can move a little bit more to the right. And then bring your head back to the center. And that's it. So thank you very much. Next Wednesday for Functional Fitness A. Diane, do you want to message me, because you know how to do that, don't you? About what you're getting better at and whether you're doing it right or not. Okay, bye.